Back in 2008, it was a busy neighborhood Safeway. By 2012, the lights dimmed and a closing sign hung on the door. 3 years later, the building came down entirely. For a while, it was just an empty lot, but in 2025, it came back to
In 2010, it opened as the place where weekend projects began. By 2017, it was a landmark for families to gather and wander. Then 2020 came. Lights off.
Remember this place? Used to come here all the time.
Yeah, nothing beat a Whopper after class. Crazy it's gone now.
And here we are again. New sign, new smell.
Same corner though. Want a fry?
Always.
In 2016, the Kmart in Carolina was buzzing, families rushing in under the island's sun. A decade later, silence. The sign rusted, doors boarded, memories echoing through dusty aisles. 2009. Back in 2009, it was the classic Burger King. Warm neon, Whopper posters, and families coming and going. By 2020, the place had a sleek new look, buzzing with orders.
1999. Back in 2009, this corner was hopping with Whoppers. By 2013, it sat empty, a shell of its former self. 4 years later, the lights came back on. Modern, sleek, full of
2009, it was the spot for a quick burger run. By 2022, the look had been refreshed and still buzzed with life. But in 2023, the doors closed and the lights went out. 2 years later, a new idea rose in its place.
In 1989, it was just an empty patch of cracked asphalt and weeds. By 1991, steel was rising. A year later, the finishing touches went on. And in 1993, the doors opened wide. Walmart, with its classic star logo.
Back in 1995, it was the place to be. By 2002, the aisles were full and business was booming. But in 2003, the lights went out. 4 years later, it still sat empty, forgotten.
Back in 91, families strolled into Big Kmart like it would be there forever. By 2002, crews were remodeling, trying to keep the magic alive. A year later, the lights went out.
2009. Back in 2009, this old dealership was on its last legs. That same year, the walls came down. A sleek Toyota showroom rose in its place, a fresh start that drew families for more than a decade. But in
2009, this yard rang with laughter. By 2011, the house sat quiet, the car gathering dust. 2 years later, the inside was hollowed out. In 2015, the entire place.
In 1989, it was nothing but an empty lot. By 1995, a brand new Kmart rose from the dirt. Shoppers filled the aisles through the early 2000s, but by 2004, the doors were locked and the building sat silent. Back in 1985, locals pulled into Kmart for everything from tube socks to cassette players. By 98, it was still humming. But in 2002, the familiar red K gave way to a bold Walmart. 2 years later, same.
In 1995, this Kmart was alive. Carts clattering, cassette players humming, the smell of popcorn from the snack bar. Fast forward a decade, by 2005, the doors were locked, the shelves bare, the lights gone cold. 2 years.
Back in 2017, this street was full of color and memories. 2 years later, bulldozers came, and the block we knew was gone. Today, where the houses once stood, there's a park.
10. In 2007, families packed the Kmart parking lot. By 2011, the store was still thriving. 2016, still open and buzzing. But in 2018,
In 2008, it was the place families ducked into to escape the Finnish cold. By 2011, it still buzzed with warmth and burgers. 15 years later, the lights went out, the golden arches faded, and
back in 1988, this Walmart opened its doors for the first time, sporting that classic star logo and a whole lot of excitement. Through the 90s, neighbors shopped, chatted, and grew up in its aisles. For nearly 20 years,